Do you remember the first time you heard ARB26 twin-turbo spool? Or the moment a rotary screamed its way to redline in a narrow Japanese canyon? That moment wasn't just about speed. It was about connection. It was about a driver, an engine, a chassis, almost like a dance. Now think, nearly 30 years later, why are we still chasing those same cars? What made the 90s, dominated by JDM legends, so special? And why has nothing since quite topped them yet? Today, I want to take you there. Back to an era of bold engineering, built-in fun, and the kind of driver's car magic that seems harder to find now. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why the 90s JDM era remains unmatched, and what that means for you as an enthusiast today. Ready? Let's roll. The late 1980s to late 1990s in Japan was a golden storm of engineering freedom, innovation, and driving-first thinking. Imagine a time when manufacturers weren't just copying European formulae, they were inventing their own. Cars like the Toyota Supra Mark IV 3.0-liter twin-turbo inline-six, the Nissan Skyline GT-R R34, the Mazda RX-7 FD twin-rotor 50/50 weight weren't just fast, they felt alive. JDM classics were pulling so-called modern party tricks 20 years ago and are still better than any equivalent you can buy new today. These party tricks? AWD with performance tuning, four-wheel steering, incredible chassis balance, all before many mainstream cars even cared. And the mood? Cultural. The tuning scene, arcade gaming, Gran Turismo for example, drift culture, these cars built stories. When you press the ignition in one of those cars, you're not just starting an engine. You're launching a legacy. So what's happened since? Why do many modern sports cars still feel like they're missing something? A big part? Massive regulation, emissions, safety, noise control. These add weight, complexity, dull the edge. The blog mentions the template set down in a 25-year-old Unos Mazda MX-5 is still as relevant now as it was then. Modern cars do many things brilliantly. Luxury, tech, comfort, but those things often blur the driver's link to the car. Then there's engineering dilution. Cars today try to be everything to everyone. SUV practicality, family use, eco-conscience, versus the 90s JDM kits that explicitly targeted driver fun first. And finally, there's economic and cultural value. The 90s JDM era happened at a time when Japanese economic boom allowed bold risk-taking. Whatever Japanese manufacturers were on in the 90s was clearly good stuff. In short, modern cars are amazing, but they're wonderful for different reasons. And driver-focused purity? Harder to find. This isn't just mechanics, it's emotion. Think about playing Gran Turismo 2 or 3 and racing a Skyline R34, Supra, RX-7. What started in video games crossed into real life. The blog points to Gran Turismo is obviously one of them. As a driver for obsession, there's also the tuning culture. Those engines were built to be modified, swapped, pushed. The aftermarket exploded. And then the community. Import culture meets drifting meets weekend meets. Those cars weren't just bought. They were lived in, tuned, shared. From the sound of the engine, the smell of burnt rubber, the feel of the gear shift, you were part of something. Fast forward to now. Some of these cars are collector icons, others still affordable, but the feeling hasn't disappeared, and that's the magic. This part is for you, if you're buying used, tuning, or just appreciating. 1. Focus on driver feel, not just numbers. Don't choose strictly by 0 to 60 or miles per hour numbers. Choose by how the car connects with you. 2. Condition and history matter more than shiny, newer tech. A well-maintained 90s JDM may give you more joy than a newer car that's treated as a tech appliance. 3. Tune your expectations. If you want pure JDM spirit, look for fewer driver aids, manual gearboxes, classification that reward commitment. 4. Don't ignore value and upkeep. These cars can still cost money, but when you factor in emotion, plus culture, plus usability, they may outperform many modern sports in ROI. 5. Build your community and story around the car. Ownership isn't just about the machine, it's about the story you build. The old JDM era understood that. Here are some icons worth remembering. Toyota Supra Mark IV, 2JZ GTE twin-turbo, massive tuning potential. Nissan Skyline GTR R34, RB26 DETT, Mazda RX-7 FD, 1.3 liters. Twin-rotor, lightweight chassis, driver's favorite. Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6, Rally DNA, turbo power. Each of these cars encapsulates the era, balance, innovation, feel, culture. Also referenced in many JDM retrospective articles. If you're hunting a JDM machine today, these names are your anchors. If you're newer to the scene, these legends show what JDM Golden Era means. So, will the 90s JDM era ever be beaten? In the same way, probably not. Because it wasn't just about specs, it was about a moment in time, a culture, a driver's promise. Today's cars? Brilliant. But if you're chasing that feeling, that connection, that simplicity and driver magic, then you know where to look. If you're ready to dive deeper, tell me in the comments which 90s JDM car you're eyeing, and I'll pull up a buying guide for it. Value, common issues, tuning tips. Hit subscribe if you want more car stories, more buying wisdom, more drive-first truth. I'm Nigel. This is Motor World. Drive hard, drive smart, and keep chasing that feeling.